Hi, next part. We'll do this little bit here. Then the next bit after this is about the origin of the word red herring, where it comes from, and everything. I'm just going to leave that. I think you've got the link. You can have a look yourself if you want. Then I'm just going to go into the summary at the end. So it's fair use, educational purposes, intentional and unintentional use of red herring arguments. When countering the use of red herring arguments by others, it is important to keep in mind that not every use of a red herring is intentional and to act accordingly. This is because attacking your opponent too forcefully for using a red herring might lead to a backfire effect, where they are not willing to change their mind on a topic even after you show them that their reasoning is flawed. Therefore, as long as it's reasonable to do so, try to apply the principle of charity and don't assume, you shouldn't be assuming anything. Don't assume and don't have beliefs that the individual you are talking to is using the red herring unintentionally. Well, yeah, maybe if you're in like real life, then yeah, I could say yeah, people might use the red herring fallacy unintentionally. But when it comes to these people who are commenting online, they're doing it intentionally because they do it week in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out, and they're doing the same thing for years. Although they've been told what they're doing and they've been told what it is and everything else, but they're still doing it. They're not learning from it. Yeah? So they're doing it intentionally. They try to help them internalise the error in their reasoning by pointing it out in a non-confrontational manner. And I've been doing this with these trolls, and most of them are paid trolls, obviously, and that, you know what I mean, from big corporations and government agencies and stuff like that, obviously, because I've pointed these fallacious reasoning out to them numerous occasions over the last couple of years. All the time I'm doing it, and they just don't learn. So that proves that they're on task. They're on task gimps. That proves that they're on task gimps. That's it. It's only the gimps on task. Yeah? Screwing mankind over. For what? A pay packet or something, you know what I mean? Traitors they are to the common man and the common woman. Traitors to the common people. Traitors to mankind. However, even in cases where it's clear that the individual you are talking to is using a red herring argument intentionally, you should consider the fact that it might be reasonable to do so. For example, if you are having a friendly conversation with someone and they reply to a question that you ask them with an intentionally unrelated answer, it's possible that they use the red herring fallacy you brought up because you brought up a sensitive topic that they don't want to discuss, in which case you should accept their use of the red herring. No, you shouldn't. No. Not with people online anyway, but people in real life, maybe. If it's a friend or a family member, then yeah, maybe you can be like a bit sensitive to them and have a bit of empathy and be sensitive to their feelings and stuff like that, yeah. But a lot of people, they're just snowflakes. They need to man up and stop being so sensitive about words and stuff, and it's just language. Stop being so sensitive, yeah. But like I said, bear in mind, you've got to show a bit of empathy for people. I mean, when you're face to face, yeah, show them a bit of empathy. Some people online show them a bit of empathy, but once you know that they're doing it on purpose, then, you know what I mean, you know that they're a paid troll, they're a government agent, whatever, they're a traitor to the common man and woman, traitor to mankind and that, you know what I mean, then just don't show them, don't show them any of that. You know what I mean, but if it's someone you think's genuine and that, show them a bit of empathy. I mean, they don't know about this stuff, so point it out to them. And if they continue to use it after you pointed it out to them, then you know they're on task. They're an on-task gimp. Yeah? Finally, keep in mind that you might also be using red herrings in your arguments. So you have to recognise these things in yourself as well as others. Yeah? Try not to use them yourself as well, recognise them in yourself without being aware that you are doing so. The time when we are most likely to use red herrings unintentionally is when we feel uncomfortable with a certain line of discussion. So you should be mindful of your arguments under such circumstances. For example, many people tend to use red herrings in everyday conversations unnecessarily, as soon as they realise that they were wrong about something. In such cases, it's important to recognise that what you are doing and why. so you can avoid using fallacious reasoning, and so you can improve your ability to engage in proper discourse with others. And they've got the origin of the term red herring. I'm not going to do this because it just tells you where it comes from and everything else. I'll just have a quick go through that. You can pause it, whatever. I'm going to go to summary and conclusion. A red herring is something that distracts people from an important issue or from an issue that is currently being discussed. A red herring usually appears either as a literary device, where it's used in order to intentionally mislead readers, or as a rhetoric technique, where it's used either intentionally or unintentionally in order to mislead listeners. Accordingly, the red herring fallacy occurs when an argument relies on irrelevant information, i.e. a red herring, in order to distract or mislead listeners or readers of comments and stuff like that. It's there to distract or mislead people. Yeah, used for that end. To counter the use of red herring arguments in a debate, well, not as if objective reality isn't up for debate. It doesn't care about your beliefs, subjective opinions, your wishes, your dreams. It's there. That's it. There's only one. You should point out that your opponent's reasoning was fallacious and that what they said has nothing to do with the original line of discussion. If this fails, you can choose to either stick with the original line of discussion, accept the new topic, or withdraw from the discussion entirely. When deciding how to respond to the use of red herring, it is important to remember that people don't always use it intentionally, and that in some cases the use of a red herring might represent a reasonable attempt to shift the topic. Yeah, for people that are snowflakes. But like I said, have a bit of empathy. I mean, you can't. People don't know about these things. Just point it out to them. Well, that's a red herring fallacy. You know what I mean? So, point it out to them. Tell them it's fallacious reasoning. Right, that's it for this one. I'm going to do one on straw man next. It's got the straw man up at the top. I'm going to go back up to that. If you want me to do one on... Oh, where are we? I'm going past it. Where are we? Origin of the term red herring. Leave a comment and I'll do a thing on that, but I don't see the point really, to be honest. I've left the link. You can go and have a look and have a read of it yourself. It just says that where it's from and that, you know what I mean? But we can't verify that. We weren't there, you know what I mean? It's just... That could be made up shit for all we know. Yeah, so there's no point really. Alright, thank you for watching. Bye.